What is going on, my Atomic Cycle Works friends? I know it's been a minute since we posted a video. I kind of want to bring you up to speed, let you know why we haven't been and where we're at and what we're doing. So if we jump back, the history of our motorcycles, it's been something I've been doing my entire life and I love it. What's funny is pre-internet, social media and all this stuff, when it was just starting to get going, we did a lot of motorcycle seats and motorcycle paint and service work for, not service work, but services for bike shops, bike builders forever, since I was 17 years old. And at one point, right before 2008, we had somewhere around 1,800 motorcycle dealers worldwide, which is great. And then we went through a really bad hiccup where the economy kind of crashed. And we went from 1,800 wholesale dealers to a handful in a matter of a few months. It was crazy. And it was hard to see. The industry changed at that point. Never really got back to where it was. It started to grow, and there's different segments of the markets that once in a while do better than others, but the motorcycle business really never covered from that. And there's a lot of things that transpired in the industry to make it what it was. But we flash forward years later and we kept going. We're in this business, we love it. And then we went through another hiccup where we started to see similar circumstances to what had happened when the economy crashed the first time. And we had rebuilt our dealers. We might have had more dealers back then we did this time, because at this last time we probably had somewhere around 1,800 dealers, but we started to notice similarities. What would happen is we would deliver seats and our dealers wouldn't be able to pay. They would accept money from their customers but not pay us. And it was a trickle-down effect where at first it's not bad and people are like, oh, we only owe $100, $600, $800, $1,500 to us, and it doesn't seem like a lot. And if it's one or two guys, whatever. But it was all of our dealers. Predominantly, I would say 95% of our dealers were having these issues where they weren't able to pay. So if you take, dealers that owe you $80 or $100, and then you multiply that times some dealers owe you $10,000, and multiply that times 1,800 dealers, it's a lot of money. And so it got to a point where we were seeing all these similarities in the market as it was in 2008. So we decided, you know what, we're not going through this again. Most of these dealers that we've dealt with, I consider them more friends, than customers, but friends pay friends and kind of doesn't jive when you're not getting paid. So I was in a bad place. I was like, a lot of people owe us money. I don't want to reenact 2008. So instead of, fighting everybody to get paid and going through all the drama that we went through, we sent out an email and just told all our customers that we are eliminating our wholesale division. Anybody who owed us money didn't owe us money. It was just a wash. Any parts or vehicles that we had here, motorcycle seats and motorcycles, we just give back to you guys, to the customers, and then they could find someone else to do them, because whoever they'd find would have to get paid, and they weren't paying us. It didn't go well. A lot of our dealers got really upset about it, but they didn't look at it from our perspective that, yes, out of 1,800 dealers, almost everyone owed us a lot of money, and it was just exhausting and trying at that time. I look back and think I should have done it differently, because a lot of these people were my friends, and could have stayed friends with them. Fortunately, the guys who did pay, we still do work with. And so that's kind of like a good thing to think about, that people who paid their bills still have work getting done, and people who didn't pay bills didn't. That kind of brought us to where we were, and that was just before COVID happened. So then COVID happened. We thought, you're doomed. What's going to happen now? We didn't know that it'd be so great that motorcycle guys are home, girls are home riding their bikes, enjoying it, building their bikes and doing that. So we got very busy, and then accompanied by our social media, we learned a hard lesson that social media is great until it's not great. All of a sudden, our small community of people that we had up in New England and the few worldwide people that we dealt with that were manageable, we were overwhelmed, and it's not manageable. When you start getting, 300-400 calls a day, emails, all this other stuff, it's overwhelming, and it's tough to run a business that's a personalized business where we like to talk to our customers, decide what's the best route for you, for your seat, for your paint, for your designs, and all that stuff. And that takes a lot of time. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of people in our business who have the knowledge that it takes to go through that with the customer. Therefore, the customer, you have to talk directly to us or me, which is overwhelming, because not only do we have to talk to each other, I have to do the work and get that done. And we had an abundance of work. It was the first time in over 20 years where I didn't know what to do. We have too much work. Our communication was horrible. The people that we were hiring didn't know the difference between a Honda motorcycle and a Honda car. It was just something that I can't have represent our company. I can't have talk to you. I don't want you to talk to someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. And our philosophy always is, don't sell people on something to sell. Sell them what they need. Talk to them about it. And that's pretty much our philosophy. And it's really hard to have someone learn that and talk to you guys. So anyways, it became very difficult. We were overwhelmed with the work. We had to stop taking work. We haven't really, I mean, except for a few of our customers that we've been customers for over 20 years, we really haven't taken any work on in over 6-7 months. It's kind of crazy. And we're still trying to finish up jobs and get them out the door and do them to the level that we expect. And it's crazy to even think about that. And we get yelled at every day still. And it's just crazy. Our main goal and what we ran into and what I ran into and why I changed directions so radically is I love this industry. I love our business. I love what we do. I don't like where it's changed. The problem we have is we need people in this industry to do the work. And there is nobody. And I know I talk to people and they say, oh, I know, I hear that, I get it. But until you lived it, you don't get it. When you can't hire someone to answer a phone competently, or you have to pay someone an exorbitant amount of money to do a remedial job and they don't know how to do it, you can't run a business when people don't know how to do something. It's hard as a small business to absorb all the training. So a lot of times what ends up happening is we have to train these people. A lot of them think they know what they're doing, but the problem is when you don't know anything about what you're doing, you assume you do. Once you start to know it, you realize there's so much more to learn. So training those people becomes a real problem on a small shop. And it's very hard when we have to produce, to stop, to teach someone to produce it. So I saw this opportunity, not really an opportunity, more of a direction that I feel is a necessity. We need to train people in this industry to get them involved. And that's when we started realizing with our how-to videos and some of the stuff we were doing, it was more of a benefit. People appreciated it. We had to stop taking in work. As we finally are winding down and we finished up a lot of this work and we're getting to a point where we're ready to grow our channel, we feel we're going to bring back our podcast. We have our podcast on our automotive channel. We're going to break them up. We want to have our motorcycle content only here on Atomic Cycle Works because it's all about motorcycles. That's all we talk about. When I'm worried about my motorcycle, I don't want to hear about cars. I don't want to hear about trucks. I don't want to hear about boats. I only want to hear about motorcycles. So even though we're not going to have a huge following on this channel, it's only going to be about motorcycles. We are bringing our podcast, like I said, onto it. So even though our set's going to look the same between our channels, it's only going to be motorcycle content because we feel we really want to promote and help our industry. We love the motorcycle industry. We would love to bring it back to, or bring it to a better place than where it is now so that more people can be involved and see it for all the coolness that it is. Learn from some of the people in our industry and help it to grow. And that's what we're here for. So we hope you follow this channel. We're going to be posting more again. We're going to be doing more how-tos. The whole direction of the channel is going to be a lot different because we're going to bring you bike shops, bike builders, maybe there's not a lot left, bring you products, company reviews, product reviews, all that different stuff to really help the industry, help you, bring us all together in a community. We hope that you follow it, like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff because it does help us to grow. We don't make any money on YouTube. There's no, everybody thinks because you're on YouTube, you're making millions. It's not about that for us. We're here to grow our community. If you want work done by us, you want me to do a custom motorcycle seat, we are still doing motorcycle seats. As over the next month or so, we're wrapping up all of our pre-existing work. We're handling it completely different now. I never want to go down the same road we did. I never want to disappoint our customers that I've had since I was 17 years old and not be able to produce work for you when we say we're going to do it. So if you want us to do work, custom motorcycle seats, we will do it. Most likely, we're only going to accept things that will benefit for videos, how-tos, or help you in the community learn. If we see a influx in specific seats that are having problems or specific motorcycles that are having issues, we're going to go over that as a community and talk about that stuff. So I want to first thank everybody who's been supportive of Atomic Cycle Works, who's managed to wait for us to come up with new videos. And I hope this video isn't too drawn out, but I really want you guys to kind of know what's been going on, see where we're going, know why we're going there, and stick by our side because not everything is as easy as people think. The YouTube journey for us is very difficult because it doesn't make us any money. It does take us away from the work in the shop that we need to do. And that's why we haven't been doing a lot of videos for a lot of months now. We feel it's time to start resuming it. And I'm hoping that our new how-to videos will actually be a little bit better, even though this is a drawn out talking vlog style video. Our how-to videos I want to keep short and sweet because every time I need to see something on a how-to video and they start talking like I'm talking now, I get very angry and say, just show me the how-to. So our how-to videos are going to be how-to and our vlog videos will be a little more vloggy. And we're hoping to bring you a lot of cool stuff. So thank you for sticking by our side and please let us know how we could help you.